Good evening, students. Today I am going to start chapter number 2, that is pupil as resource. Students, I told you in the previous chapter, that is chapter number 1, village of Palampur, in which I told you about the 4 factors of production, that is land, labor, physical capital, and the fourth one is human resource. Yes, the fourth one is human resource, on which this chapter is based. Completely pupil as resource, or you can say human as resource. So fourth factor of production is being discussed in the whole chapter. So let's start this chapter. The chapter Pupil as Resource is an effort to explain population as an asset for the economy rather than a liability. Population becomes human capital when there is investment made in the form of education, training, and medical care. In fact, human capital is the stock of skill and productive knowledge embodied in them. Students, first of all, you have to understand the meaning of resource. Resource is a valuable thing of an organization or person, like materials, money, and other things that they have and can use in order to function properly. So you can say that resource is a valuable thing of any organization or of any country. So like materials, money, and other things, pupil are also a valuable thing of an organization or of any country, because pupil are the most important resource of any country, without which no one organization or country can run properly and systematically. That's why human resource is the most important resource among all the resources of any country or of any organization. Students, now question is, how pupil are the most important resource? The answer is, because pupil is that resource who provides knowledge and skill to do any type of work. And without knowledge and skill, no one work can be done systematically and perfectly. So I will explain to you with the help of an example. So listen carefully this example. Students, as I explained to you earlier, 4 factors of production. So if you have land, labor, physical capital, but you don't have human resource as the 4th factor of production, you have land to establish industry, you have labor to perform the task, you have physical capital like machineries and tools through which task would be performed, but you don't have human resource, means you are not having knowledgeable and skilled pupil to arrange or combine all the other resources together to make use them for the economy. Then how will be work done? The other factors of production are useless now. That's why human resource is the most important resource when pupil become a valuable resource for the country. So with the help of this example, you will have cleared about that how pupil as resource. Pupil as resource is an effort to explain population as an asset for the economy rather than a liability. So pupil as resource is an effort. It is trying to explain that population is an asset for any economy or for any country. Asset means, students, here asset, you can define that an asset is a resource with economic value that an individual, corporation or country owns or controls with the expectation that it will provide a future benefit. So it is asset are the valuable things of an organization or any country or any economy. So here population referred to as an asset rather than liability. Liability means burden. Population becomes human capital. Students, here human capital, this term is very important to understand. First of all, human capital refers to the group of people who work for or are qualified to work for an organization. That is the workforce. Human capital is the sum of knowledge, skills, experience, and social qualities that contribute to a person's ability to perform work in a manner that produces economic value. Both employers and employees make required investments in the development of human capital. Education and health are key qualities that improve human capital and also directly contribute to economic growth, that is GNP, gross national product. So students, here human capital is when there is investment made in the form of education, training and medical care. When we will invest money in the education of the students or future generation, and in the training programs and their medical care, it becomes human capital. In fact, human capital is the stock of skill and productive knowledge embodied in them. Embodied means to include them. Pupil as resource is a way of referring to a country's working pupil. It means when pupil as resource, when they are working, when they are country's working pupil in terms of their existing productive skills and abilities which they have. Looking at the population from this productive aspect emphasizes its ability to contribute to the creation of the gross national product. So when we will look population from this productive aspects, so we will see that they have the ability to contribute in the creation of GNP. Here GNP is gross national product. It is an estimate of total value of all the final goods and services turned out in a given period by the means of production owned by a country's residents. That is gross national product. So like other resources, population also is a resource, a human resource. This is the positive side of a large population that is often overlooked when we look only at the negative side, considering only the problems of providing the population with food, education and access to health facilities. When the existing human resource is further developed by becoming more educated and healthy, we call it human capital formation that adds to the productive power of the country, just like physical capital formation. So students, here human capital formation, it is the process of transforming the people in a country into workers who are capable of producing goods and services. It means whatever you are now, whatever you are having qualities, abilities, or whatever you have existing skills and knowledge, they will further developed when you will make investment more in your trainings, medical fitness and education. So it will become human capital formation that adds to the productive power of the country. So it is the process of transforming the people in a country into workers who are capable of producing goods and services. So during this process, relatively unskilled individuals are given the tools they need to contribute to the economy. There are two types of pupil or human resource, skilled and unskilled. So skilled are one who have knowledge and experience, skills, and unskilled who don't have any skill or education.